Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you inside Preston Gym. As tonight, it's senior night as the Preston Indians play their final regular season home game of the year as they play host to the Minico Spartans here this evening. Hi, everybody. Dan Hubbard with you tonight. Lyle Fuller will join us in a few minutes. And John Beverly back in the studio tonight, engineering for us, as we welcome you to Preston Indian basketball. The Indians come into tonight's game tied for the best overall record in the state. They have the best overall record in 4A, and they've won 13 games in a row as they come into the game tonight with a 17-1 record overall on the year. Being senior night, it is the final regular season home game for 6 outstanding seniors. Rhett Robertson, Garrett Ward, Cooper Hobson, Scott Dunn, Luke Smaley, and Ty Hyde all playing their final regular season home game. But there's still 2 games left in the season, and then the conference tournament comes up. And speaking of the conference tournament, with a win here this evening, the Preston Indians can mathematically eliminate both Minico and Burley from any shot at taking the number 1 seed in the tournament and give themselves, the Preston Indians, that overall number 1 spot throughout the tournament coming up in 2 weeks from now. And then the state tournament coming up is in the first week of March. So lots of things coming up here for the Preston Indians as this is senior night here this evening. For Preston, they're coming off a nice win, 71-45 on last Friday night against Century, their 17th win of the year. Ty Hyde continued to play like a man on a mission as he led the Indians with 17 points in the game. It was his 5th straight game leading the Indians in scoring as he led the team for the 10th time overall this year as well. Tonight's opponent, the Minico Spartans, comes in with a record of 13-4, 7-2 in the conference, and they currently hold down the 2nd spot in the conference, a game ahead of Burley in the loss column. The Spartans have won 5 of their last 6 games overall and only 1 loss at this time coming against the Indians. Back on January the 21st, that game was at Minico, where Luke Smaley scored on a little scoop shot with 8 seconds left in the game. That turned out to be the difference in the game. As Lyle Fuller makes his way over from the freshman game over in the old gym. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Dan, and to all our listeners. The freshmen are pulling out about a 15-point win. I understand the JV won big, so let's hope the varsity follows suit here tonight.
It has, and they did. So the varsity gets ready to take on Minico here tonight in what promises to be another great basketball game.
Should be, you probably talked about at the top already, Dan. Minico comes in ranked number 3 in the state, Preston number 2. And really, more so than that, it's a battle for the top of the seed coming into the district tournament. So, you know, it's a good Minico program, well coached. We know they're going to be tough. But just looking at their roster, what jumps out at you is how many seniors they have. There's just, I think, probably 8 or 9, 10 seniors maybe on this roster. So there's usually a sense of urgency as you get into February with seniors. So that'll be interesting to see which team comes out hungrier tonight. 2 people are going to have to concentrate on stopping. It's Rylan Chandler, who had 24 points in the first game of the year between the 2 teams, and Kason Carpenter, who's always been tough. He had 15 in that game. Yeah, Carpenter, as I recall, has started for them since about his sophomore year. Good size, about 6'5" or so, really good player. And Chandler, of course, just a fine athlete, a really strong guard, fine football player, and just brings a lot of strength. So interesting matchup there with our guys, and we'll have to work it inside the tie and see what we can do there.
Absolutely. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll visit with Tyler Jones, the head coach for the Indians. We'll do all that as we continue on the pregame show right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show. We'll visit with Tyler Jones here as we count our way down to the opening tip-off of the game here against Minico. It's also senior night tonight, and it's always kind of a fun night, especially with these group of seniors you have going out this year.
Yeah, it's always a little bittersweet. You celebrate their accomplishments, and we've had a great senior crew here. 6 seniors that have been in the program and have had a lot of success. So you're always happy for them. It also means that that you don't have much longer. So hopefully tonight can be a great night. We're playing a great opponent in Minico, and the top 2 teams in the league right now. So it should be a fun one.
Team's been on quite a roll. How would you evaluate the way they've been playing?
The one thing I think we've got to get better on is our defense, and I thought the last couple games it's been a lot better than it's been, and tonight that'll be key against Minico. Out there, it went right down to the last shot, and they're an explosive team. They really shoot the ball well, so we're going to have to do a good job of getting them off the three-point line, and then also they're fast and they penetrate. So they're a tough challenge.
That game at Minico, you're talking about that, a tough challenge. That's a game that had the lead changed hands about 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, back and forth. One of those games you want. Both teams got better that night, having to battle and play through, and it goes down to the final shot, and each team made great plays. So should be another fun one tonight. Last year we had 3 great battles with them, 2 really good teams. So we win tonight, we'd clinch the top seed. If we lose, then next week comes down to the final week.
How big is slowing down Chandler and Anderson tonight?
Big. Chandler out there had 6 3-pointers, and he just can do a lot of things. He can get to the basket, he can shoot it, and he's kind of their engine. Everything kind of goes through him. And then Carpenter he signed at CSI. He's a great shooter and can really light it up. So those 2 are the big 2 that we've got to do a good job on. But their role guys are really good as well. Down low, they have the size, athletic kids. So they're a well-balanced team, and they cause us a lot of problems for sure.
With a win tonight, you can lock up the number 1 seed in the conference tournament coming up.
Yeah, and that's your goal. You want to be able to play at home in the district tournament, and if we win tonight, then we'd guarantee that top seed, which is huge. We like to think that we play really well at home, and gives us a big advantage. So we need to take care of business tonight at home, and if we do that, that'll put us in a great spot.
Good luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you.
Tyler Jones with us here on the pregame show. We'll come back right after this.
Thanks.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
What is the grind? It's a 5-month marathon. It's working to be better every day. It's playing through the pain. It's falling and getting back up. The grind. It's what gets a team all the way to March and then says, we're not done. Every step of the grind lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday night, the Aggies will be at the Spectrum as Boise State comes to call. The pregame show starts at 7:30. They'll tip the game off at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-0810.
KACH. KACH.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Kind of an extended pregame show as they honor the seniors before the game here tonight. So giving both Minico and Preston a little bit extra time to get loose and get ready for the game coming up here this evening. Wow, this is going to be a very important game. But if it's anything like the game that was played at Minico a month ago, this is going to be a very difficult game, as that proved to be the tightest win of the year at 3 points that Preston's had.
Yeah, Minico, it's a tough place to play in any event, and they're good this year. You look at their record, both out of conference and in conference, just a very good team, as we talked about, very senior laden. And, we'll see how we do. Of course, you always play better at home, and you like to think you can maybe get the benefit of a call or two at home. I know our JV and our freshmen both lost at Minico, and they both won big here at home. So maybe that bodes well, I don't know. But, as you look out on the floor as Minico warms up, boy, they do have a lot of size. And, Chandler at that guard line is just a physical, tough, strong matchup. So, I think the Indians should, by all rights, have a good chance to win this one. But you got to come out and prove it. And you have to play with urgency.
We harp on it so much, and it's always a key to the game as we look at a couple of keys here. Foul trouble. Especially for Ty. Ty's got to stay on the floor. But in the game at Minico, it was Luke Smaley who had the foul trouble that night.
Yeah, Luke uses his athleticism really well on defense. Sometimes, maybe gets called for fouls, going for steals or blocks. But he's such a key to everything we do. Got to have Luke and Ty both out there at the 5 and the 1 respectively. And then, the other thing, we take everybody's best shot. You're having the success we've had the last 4 or 5 years. And so, we have to play to win, though. There's a difference between playing not to lose and playing to win. And the Indians have to come out and really play to win. Full throttle.
With a win tonight, they can lock up the number 1 seed in the tournament. As the magic number to eliminate Minico is 2. The magic number to eliminate Burley is 1. And they can lock up the number 1 seed with a victory here tonight.
Yeah, that would be huge. And, a big part of going to state is getting that tie seed in the district tournament and being able to defend your home court during that tournament. So, we know that ultimately that's the goal for this Indian team that played for the state championship last year, lost in overtime. They won't be satisfied with anything less. So that launching pad is that number 1 seed in the district tournament.
Absolutely. The keys of tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance for life, home, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by Naylor Insurance on State Street in Preston or call 208-852-0810. That's 208-852-0810. More on the pregame show coming up after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing Vegas style, boys.
Brush up on your NASCAR trivia. Listen to win each weekday. You can win tickets to the NASCAR Series February 20th through the 23rd at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The drawing will be held on February 12th. When you hear a qualifying NASCAR question, call the KACH radio station at 208-852-1340. All callers with the correct answer will be entered into the drawing to win the tickets. Must be 21 years or older to register.
The next Wild Women's Clinic at Beaver Mountain will be held on Wednesday, February 19th. The cost is $55 and includes a light breakfast, lunch, and a 2-hour ski or snowboard lesson. Space is limited. You need to be registered by Monday, February 17th at our Logan office or at the Mountain Snow Sports School. Go to skithebeeve.com for all the information.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1121.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, let's talk about other games that are coming up around the area in the Great Basin 10 tonight. Of course, Westside is taking on Bear Lake at home tonight. That game got underway about 20 minutes ago. Around the Great Basin 10, Pocatello will be at Burley tonight. Highland is taking on Century. Twin Falls is at Jerome. Canyon Ridge is at Wood River. And, of course, Minico here at Preston tonight on senior night as a very important game for not only for the seniors but also on the floor for the Indians, who can lock up that number 1 seed in the conference tournament. Something else that happened earlier today that's worth noting, they had a little letter of intent signing ceremony here this afternoon as Ty Hyde signed a 4-year full-ride scholarship to play football at Dixie State today, and Scott Dunn signed a 2-year full-ride scholarship also to play football as he'll be headed to Snow College.
Excellent. It's fun to see, our local kids from Preston moving on, having a chance to get their college paid for as they play, I should say. And congratulations to both of them and their families. That's an exciting day for them.
Somebody I know that you attended Duke, a very prestigious university, and as an attorney, one who can certainly vouch for the importance of continued education.
Oh, for sure. It's such a big boost in anything you do in life, and if you can go out and get it paid for by playing sports, so much the better. But either way, it's important to continue on and get that education.
Absolutely. Minico and Preston coming up in just a couple of minutes. We invite you to stay tuned. All the excitement of Preston Indians basketball is coming up next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Preston Lady Indians are ready to jump into the conference tournament as the Mountain Home Tigers come to Preston Gym for an opening round game on Thursday night. The Lady Indians downed the Lady Tigers earlier this season, but anything can happen during tournament time. Catch this game at a special time. The pregame show on Thursday night gets underway at 5:45 with the tip-off at 6 o'clock on 105.5 FM, AM 1340 KACH, and on mylocalradio.com.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial, or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Across Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
It's time for Preston High School Indians basketball. The Indians hit the court looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston basketball is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Rouse Construction, bringing custom homes to the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in the city of Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by mylocalradio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. As we welcome you back inside Preston Gym here tonight, as we're just about ready to play some basketball, as the Preston Indians take on the Minico Spartans. They're announcing the starters out onto the floor. First, the starters tonight for the Minico Spartans. Dylan Ball will start. He's a 5'11 senior. 6'5 senior Kason Carpenter will get a start tonight as well. 6'4" senior Rylan Chandler. 6'5" senior Philip Retcher, and another 6'5" senior Connor Stocking starts tonight as well. First, now the starting lineup for the Preston Indians as they'll get all the starters in there. Cooper Hobson will get a start tonight, as will Scott Dunn. Luke Smaley will start tonight as well. Garrett Ward, another one of the seniors, and probably they're going to start Rhett Robertson here tonight. Or at least they're going to announce all the seniors, I should say, as Rhett Robertson gets announced, and Ty Hyde. Now, I was told that Cooper Hobson will start in Harris's place tonight. So they'll get Cooper a start this evening here on senior night.
So we have 6 seniors tonight, Dan. Of course, we can't start all 6, but if you could, as a coach, you'd like to. You'd like to honor those kids that have been in the program 4 years, worked so hard, put in so much time.
You could try to start all 6, but I don't think Brady Trinkle will let you get away with it.
No.
So Preston at 17-1. There's only 2 other teams in the state that have 17 wins. One of those is Rigby, and the other, I take it back. It's actually Rocky Mountain. Rigby only has 16. Rocky Mountain has 17. They're in the 5A class, and 3A division Fruitland also has 17 wins on the year. So those 3 teams, including the Preston Indians, tied for the most wins in the state here at this point of the season.
We talked about Rigby. They're ranked number 2 in the 5A ranks right now with those 16 wins. So not too shabby for the Jones brothers, Tyler and Justin here at Preston and Rigby.
So here comes the Preston Indians out onto the floor as the 5 seniors get the start tonight. Ty Hyde, who's headed to Dixie College. There'll be a Division I team coming up next year. So they're going to have their work cut out for them as Ty is going to go there to play football as the Spartans control the opening tap. Back in the backcourt, it comes to Chandler. Popping up to get it is Betcher at the left elbow. Gives it back to Chandler. Swing it over in the corner. Stocking for three is good. Right off jump. Connor Stocking with a three-pointer. He had 8 in that first meeting with Preston.
Yeah, he'll play center a lot of the time at 6'5", but he steps out and nails that one.
Comes to Hobson. Left corner it goes to Smaley. Luke dribbles out of the corner. Now wants to drive all the way. Goes up against Stocking and puts it in.
Beautiful shot. Luke high up above the rim.
Preston comes out as usual in the full court press after the made basket. Up into the front court. Bounce pass intercepted there by Smaley as he intercepted the pass of Ball. Oh, here comes Luke all the way. Has it knocked away from behind. Saves it on the floor. Oop, actually saves it into the cheering section over there in the front row. Apparently deflected there by Minico. So Luke will bring it in, far side, as he lobs it into Ty and gets it back. Luke spins, gives it back to Hobson now as he stands in three-point area. He'll hand it back to Smaley.
Well, Coach Jones will call in a play. Like to see him get a touch for Ty.
Ty step on the sideline right in front of the Minico bench. Good defense there by Kaysen Carpenter, pressed him up against the sidelines, and he stepped out of bounds. So it stays 3-2 Minico. Minute and 10 seconds into the game as Chandler gets it back up into the front court. It goes to Ball. Ball wants to drive. Dunn cuts him off. He'll bring the ball back out again. Back over to Ryland Chandler. Chandler drive, little floater in the paint, no good. Ty up high, controls the rebound.
Good strong rebound with both hands on the ball, securing that board.
So here comes Luke again up into the front court. Smith, nice move, gives it back to Ty. He traveled trying to get to the basket.
Yeah, either a foul or a travel, one of those two.
So the referee's calling it tight here in the early going. It stays 3-2 Minico.
Let's see if we can bother him with our pressure here. So far, the Minico handled it well.
Chandler again breaks the timeline, gets it back up to the front court as it comes to Carpenter right in front of the Preston bench. Back to Chandler again, brings it back across the top of the key. Almost turned it over. Dylan Ball has it, pulls up, 17-footer, doesn't take the shot. Gives it to Betcher. He will take the shot and hit it. Philip Betcher with his first 2 points of the game. He had a fine game against Preston at home as well. Had a dozen in that game before fouling out.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're too worried about him taking that long too. There's a foul. Yeah, he made it, but I'm not sure you worry about him taking an 18-footer too many times.
Kaysen Carpenter runs into Cooper Hobson and bumps him out of bounds. He'll draw a foul. That's the first foul of the game for either side. And Luke again will bring it in. Sideline in the front court over on the far side. In the corner goes to Hobson. Lob it inside to Ty. Get a nice pass. And he's fouled from behind. That's going to be on Betcher.
Yeah, he had Betcher sealed. Good over the top pass.
Actually, no, they called it. Yeah, they called it on Betcher. My Dick Schlessie kicking in. I thought it said 51. That's not right. So here's Ty at the line. Ty with a very interesting case study in free throw shooting. This is the first. Ty, coming into the game tonight, had 104 free throw attempts on the year that leads the team. Nobody else has more than 52.
I would say that might just about lead the state. That's a lot of free throw attempts.
As he missed them both. Ward had the rebound, had it knocked away. It stays 5-2. Scott Dunn and Luke Smaley have 52 apiece, which the simple math will tell you that it adds up to Ty's 104 attempts. As entry pass inside, taken away again by the Indians. They get it to Smaley. Here comes Luke. Ahead to Ward. Pulls up. Can't get the shot. Kick it back outside to Dunn. Scotty looks at a three. No good. Inside, it's Stocking with the rebound, and Garrett Ward fouls him from behind.
The Indians are playing good defense, Dan, getting good shots, just not falling right now.
Here comes Brevin Trinkle, the freshman, the son of the head coach Brady Trinkle, into the game. Brevin, quite an athlete as a freshman. He was actually the starting quarterback on the varsity football team until a little minor concussion took him off the field for the last 4 or 5 weeks of the year. Retcher missed the layup inside. It's off Minico and out of bounds.
Yeah, Trinkle listed as a 5'11 freshman, I believe. Good block there by Hobson. Dan really saved the layup.
Grayson Harwood into the game, number 24 in black. He is a 6'3" senior. He's got a little bit more bulk on him than the other two big guys as Betcher goes to the bench. Ward up into the front court, gets it to Ty. He'll give it back to Smaley. Over in the corner goes to Dunn. Scotty's second look at a three. That one's short this time. Nice rebound inside by Hyde. The putback is good. 5-4, Minico on top.
Oh, good defense.
They double team. There we go. The ball taken away. Get it up in the front court to Smaley. Who has to save it onto the floor. Hobson's three. That's too long. Missed opportunity by the Indians as the lead pass to Smaley on the original breakout was just a little bit too long.
Yeah, had a 3-on-1 if he could have corralled it.
Carpenter goes up, puts it in, and he's fouled. Ty trying to plead his case. Referee's not going to buy it as the foul is going to go on Garrett Ward. That's Garrett's second. Cole Harris comes back into the game, replacing Cooper Hobson, as Gabe Hammonds also comes back into the game. Garrett Ward will also go to the bench here for the Indians. So here's Kason Carpenter at the line, the young man who signed to play basketball at CSI. Completes the three-point play.
Now Carpenter's been about 6'5" probably since his freshman year, and just continue to grow as a player, but not so much stature-wise.
Lobbing inside on the block, it goes to Hyde on the left block. Nice no-look bounce pass. Tough pass to try to get to Dunn as it's off Scotty and out of bounds.
Yep, pretty good idea, good unselfish play, just couldn't quite make the connection. Coach Jones telling Ty, just go, just turn and go to the hoop.
8-4, Minico on top halfway through quarter number one. Chandler gets it up into the front court. In the corner, Stocking looks at another three. That one's no good. Look out, Luke up high, but the rebound comes to Brevin Trinkle. Back outside to Chandler. His three is good. Don't let him get warmed up from out there. He had 6 threes in the first meeting of the year between these two teams. Timeout called by Preston. We'll be right back after this break.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So Preston has the ball. They trail 11-4, 3:39 to play here in the first quarter. Smaley has the ball, give it to Harris. Lob it inside to Ty. Kick it back outside, Hammonds for three, good. He needs that.
Yeah, good to see Gabe
Quickly back down the other end as they beat him down there, and Carpenter gets the layup. 13-7.
Yeah, Carpenter just cherry picking down there. Got an easy one.
Comes back to Harris.
Good pass by Cole.
Down low to Ty, and Ty's held trying to go to the bucket. Foul's going to go on Grayson Harwood. That'll be his first foul. Third on Minico as a team, as Benjamin DeVries comes in to replace Harwood. Comes back out to Harris on the inbound pass. Cole goes a little bit too strong.
Yep.
Quickly, here comes Carpenter again with the slam dunk at the other end. So they're just trying to release people and beat Preston down the floor.
Yep, trying to release Carpenter in particular, and you can see why. He's fast and can jump.
Luke comes around the screen, give it to Ty, put it in, and he's fouled again. Foul's going to go on Betcher. That'll be his second. It's a blocking foul. That'll be 4 on Minico as a team, and now Ty will go back to the free throw line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Ty missed another free throw. He's 0 for 3 on the night. He came into the game at 79%. As That's going to be thrown away by Chandler.
Yeah, I like that. Just an unforced error, lack of concentration between the pass and the catch. Preston will get a crack at it here.
So the ball will come back to Preston as Ryland Chandler will leave. Dakota Durfee comes into the game here for the first time tonight. Durfee saw playing time in the first meeting between these teams this year, but was held scoreless. Smaley back out top to Dunn. Scotty's looked at a three, and they waved it off. What are they going to call? They're going to call foul on Trinkle before the shot.
Trinkle trying to push through Ty Hyde's screen. Too bad they don't count the three, though.
Dunn made the shot.
Yeah.
That's the good part for the Indians, is that gives Scotty a free look at one, at least anyway, as they give it back to Dunn as he comes in. Back to Smaley, cross court pass to Hammonds. He goes baseline, great move. Goes up against Stocking, too strong. Hyde has the rebound off the glass, yes, and another foul. Ty with another opportunity for a three-point play, as this one's going to go on Ben DeVries, his first, and the team's sixth. So with 2:27 left in quarter number one, Minico's already out of fouls for the half.
Wow.
As Betcher comes back in and DeVries heads to the bench. They're trying anything to try to figure out a way to stop Ty Hyde. Send him to the free throw line seems to be the formula. He's 0 for 4.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic. Cole Harris forces a turnover. Great hustle.
They're going to bring Grayson Harwood back into the game and let him try, as they'll bring Betcher back off the floor again.
Very least, Harwood will just lean on Ty and try to just push him out of his preferred spot on the low block there.
Preston trails by 4, 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. Comes into Ty, fakes the handoff. Now he'll spin in the paint, go to the bench, go to the glass, and put it in. Wow, what a play! Where did Ty dream up that shot? As it comes to Trinkle in the backcourt, full court pressure. Almost knocked away by Harris. Brevin drives, he'll kick off in the corner. A three-pointer from the far side by Durfee's an air ball. Taken by Smaley, ahead to Hyde, off the glass, no good, but he's fouled again.
Another trip to the line. Tell him just settle your mind, bend your knees.
That's right.
Plenty of art.
Find your rhythm. As Dakota Durfee called for the foul, that's the first on him, 7th now on Minico as a team. So here's Ty, who's 0 for 4 so far on the year, with 8 points already. Check that. I have 8. They have 6 on the board.
There we go. I've got that as his 9th point. Yeah. I think they're a little behind on the board there.
So Ty makes his first free throw of the night. He's 1 for 5 now so far. And he missed the second. Harris able to save it, but then fumbled it before he had an opportunity to spin in midair and throw it off of Connor Stocking to try to keep the ball at his end.
Yeah, even though the free throws aren't going in, that's now 17 fouls on Minico, and Ty's drawn a bunch of those.
Durfee trapped in the backcourt.
Good pressure.
Throws it to Trinkle. Trinkle almost stepped out of bounds. Behind the no-look pass, somehow found Harwood as it goes to Ball, who settles it down in the front court. Comes back to Durfee. Comes around the screen. Drives on Ty, can't take the shot. Kick it off in the corner to Stocking. Back out top to Ball, who again will back the ball back out with 1:30 to play in the quarter. Ball looks left. Smaley, nice reach in on the pass to Durfee and knocks it into the front row of the seats.
Yeah, you know, I like the defensive pressure shown by the Indians so far in this quarter. Just got to get a few more shots to fall.
There's a good reach in there by Harris. Knocks it away, able to avoid the foul at the same time.
Yeah, that's 3 or 4 deflections already for Cole on the night.
Durfee will bring it in right in front of the student section as he gets it into Harwood. Give it off to Ball. He'll bring the ball back out top. Hammonds picks him up there. Back to Durfee. From the 15-footer, doesn't take it. Kicks it back to Ball. His three is good.
Well, on the move even. That was a tough shot.
Minico goes up by 4, 18-14. 1:02 to play in the quarter. Comes to Smaley, cross court back to Hammonds. Doesn't take the shot, drives along the baseline. 2 shots too strong, tapped a couple of times as Brevin Trinkle knocked it away from Ty Hyde, but it's going to stay with Preston with 54 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness by Gabe. They play him for that shot. They close out really hard. He can take that overplay and drive.
Harris off the glass and good. Nice inbounds pass by Smaley. Found the open man standing there right there on the block. 2-point game. Durfee, bad pass, threw it away to Dunn. Dunn gets it ahead to Hammonds. Here we go, lay it in. Preston able to tie the game before the quarter break. 34 seconds to play, we're tied at 18. Stocking, right in front of the Preston bench, splits through a double team, somehow finds the guy down low, blocked from behind by Hyde, taken away by Ball. Ball drives on Hyde, lays it off to Harwood for the layup. 14 seconds to play in the quarter, 20-18. Minico goes back on top. Smaley around the screen. Luke pulls up, gives it to Hyde, 14 feet straight out, standing in the paint. Double team from behind by Ball, taken away by Ball, but that's the way the quarter will end. 20-18, Minico led in the first quarter down there as well. We'll go to the second with Preston trailing by 2 right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1121.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
KACH.
We'll start the second quarter. Preston trailing by a deuce, 20-18 after a crisply played first quarter.
Yeah, both teams playing with a lot of energy, very intense defensively.
Only 2 fouls called against the Indians in the first quarter. Minico had 7 called against them. Lob it inside to Smaley. Brett Robertson will start here in quarter number 2 to get tie a break as it goes off of the hands of Ryland Chandler and out of bounds. Stays with Preston underneath their own basket. Luke very smartly walks out from behind the backboard and then gets it to Harris, and Harris bounces it off a loose ankle. Back to Dunn. He'll look at a 3 this time. An air ball as it comes down to Stocking. Stocking gives it off to Carpenter up into the front court. Carpenter gives it back to Stocking. Back over here on the near side. Comes to Ball. Ball driving down the middle, lays it off. Stocking for a 2 from along the sideline. No good. Tapped by Robertson, taken by Smaley. Tries to lead pass, intercepted there as Carpenter steps in front of it. Back to the top of the key. Back into the three-pointer here, in and out by Chandler. But that thing was 3/4 of the way down and somehow spun out.
When he shoots it, you think it's going in.
Like he said, he got hot. He had 6 threes in the game against Preston at Minico a month ago. Harris back out top to Smaley. Luke will look back over to Jones and get the play. Robertson comes out to set a screen. Luke trying to play a little cat and mouse behind the screen. Goes up, no good. Tapped by Harris, no. Stocking has the rebound. Almost threw it away as Ryland Chandler has to chase it in the corner. Quickly gets it back up toward the timeline and across, back up into the front court. Ty will be back in, next time it's dead as it comes to Ball. Back to Ryland, pass inside, Betcher's an air ball from 3 feet, missed by 4 as it comes back to Smaley. Ahead to Robertson, off the glass and in. Great pass and a great play.
Alert look ahead by Luke there, your big man running the floor, reward him.
We're tied again at 20. Missed inside, Betcher no.
Battle, guys, come on.
As Ball tries to save it, he stepped out of bounds. It's going to go to Preston. Timeout. Here comes Ty back into the game. Yeah. Grayson Harwood's going to come back in here as well. As it will be Cole Harris going to the bench for the Indians, so they're going to stay big with the Robertson remaining on the floor. Smaley up into the front court. Cooper Hobson back into the game here as well for Preston. Swing it back to Dunn. Wants to drive, runs over a man charging.
Yeah, Minico player was not set, but he was in legal guarding position. And so that's one of those calls where you think, boy, that shouldn't have been that way, but it probably was okay.
Yep, it was Dylan Ball who Scotty ran over.
Yeah.
As it comes into Ryland Chandler. Comes the ball. Crossover dribble, gets across the timeline, down the middle, kicks it off in the corner. Carpenter for three. Too long. Harwood has the rebound. Back out top to Stocking. He'll try another one. That's no good. As again, the rebound inside comes off to Chandler. A little fall-away jumper, no, and a whistle underneath. What do we got?
We're getting Luke clearing out.
Let's see clear out foul on somebody against Luke, yeah.
Yeah, Luke corralled the rebound, but they said he pushed off to create advantage to get it.
Luke's first, team's fourth. Ball out of bounds underneath the basket for Minico. As they bounce it into Stocking. Comes back to Chandler in the corner. Doesn't take the shot. Comes back out on the angle to Stocking. He'll hand it back to Chandler, who comes back across the top of the key. Gives it back over to Dylan Ball. He'll hand it back to Carpenter. Comes around the screen. Scotty right on him. Back to Stocking again. Wants to back in on Hyde. In the paint. Drop step a couple of times. Still can't get a shot. Ball has his shot blocked by Hobson and out of bounds. It'll stay with Preston as Cole Harris will come back in. As Rhett Robertson now will head back to the bench. Good work by Rhett while he was in there.
Yeah, Rhett gave good minutes. Now Cole will get a chance.
Harwood gives it back to Chandler. Across the top of the key, picked up there by Smaley. Back to Stocking, lays it off. Harwood's little layup is good. Harwood's got 4. He did not score at all in that first game between the two teams. Smaley to Dunn in the corner. As Ball just right inside his shirt and fouled him just trying to get an entry pass down on the block to tie. As that'll be the first on Ball, but it's also going to be 8 on the team. It's going to send Scott Dunn to the free throw line for 1-1. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market and True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. Remember, it's Stokes Market True Value on State Street in Preston. Scott Dunn's first free throw of the night is good.
Yeah, let's hope a couple free throws can get Scotty going. He's struggled with the three-point shot so far this game.
We mentioned that Scott had shot 52 free throws coming in. He made 40 of the 52. That's 78%, 77%. He makes them both. His first 2 points of the game, once again, full court pressure. Ball gives it off to Chandler. That's a ticky-tack foul. As they're going to call that on Harris, that he was trying to just clear his way with his off arm. That'll be the first foul of the night on Cole Harris. It's 5 on the Indians. As the inbound pass comes into Chandler. Chandler will stand and let the defense set up. 4:35 to play here in quarter number 2. We're tied at 22. As again, that shot just short. Here comes Smaley up into the front court. Bounce it to Hyde, lay it up and in. Ty's got 11 here in the first half, and again, the quick outlet as the outlet pass to Carpenter. He missed the layup, and then they're going to call a foul on Hobson for an elbow as Carpenter completely takes a dive. It's too bad the Oscars were last weekend because that was Oscar-worthy.
Yeah, Carpenter really sold it. And now Tyler Jones asking for an explanation. The explanation was there was some swing of the elbow, but the Minico kid Carpenter sold the call.
Brevin Trinkle will bring it back in from underneath his own hoop.
There you go, Luke.
Luke deflects it back into the back court, but Carpenter, or Stocking rather, is going to beat him to the ball. They'll give it back to Chandler, who comes back across the timeline. 4:05 to play in the quarter. Indians lead by 2, 24-22. Back here to Chandler, his 3, no good. Stocking has the rebound, looks inside, nothing there. So he'll post up. Ball goes to the corner, can't get it to him. Back outside to Trinkle on the angle. He'll take it back to the top of the key and now back it back out. Drives on Dunn. Down the left side of the key, he'll hand it to Ball. Ball pulls up short, wants to cut back the other way. He loses the ball again, but Stocking able to pick it up. One bounce dribble, sees Hyde in his way, so he'll kick it back outside. That's Chandler, a little runner in the lane is good. Tied again at 24. That's our 4th tie here just in the quarter. As it comes back to Hobson, he'll lob it inside to Ty. 17 feet straight away, back to Smaley. Luke pulls up for a three and hits it. Luke's first three of the game as the Preston goes back out in front.
We can start knocking down some threes. We'll open it up for Ty inside.
Trinkle comes across the top of the key, now comes back across it again. Harris and Hobson run into each other, knock each other down, so Trinkle gets a wide open shot but missed it. Comes back to Chandler, back outside Stocking. Swing it back around the ball. Free throw line extended right. Knocked away by Harris, taken away by the Indians. Here comes Dunn. Scotty all the way, beats Chandler down the floor for the layup. Preston goes up 5 now, 25-29. 2.5 to play in the quarter. Back to Trinkle. Harwood comes out to set the screen. Harris comes through the screen. Trinkle from the right elbow, can't get a shot, taken away again by Dunn. Here comes Scotty, lays it in. Timeout, Minico, 2:16 to play. Preston goes up by 7, 31-24. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Yard man.
Preston leading 31-24. We've been tied 4 different times here in the quarter, but they've now opened up their biggest lead, has Preston. It's 7 as the backcourt for Minico as they bring the ball in. It will be Ryland Chandler who will bring the ball up. Preston will pick up the ball at the mid-court stripe this time. Instead of the full-court pressures, it comes to Trinkle on the angle right. Stocking, back down low, Betcher into the game, laid up and in, got it around Ty.
Yeah, sometimes when you extend that pressure that far, you can find a guy open under the basket.
Betcher's found a lot of time on the bench here in the first half with a couple of early fouls. Hammonds with it, gives it back to Smaley. Lob it inside, Betcher steps in front of the pass, anticipated that very well.
Yeah, not a great pass, and Ty needs to get bigger and make himself a better target on that.
Chandler. Three-pointer from the corner by Carpenter, that's no good. Hammond's able to chase down the rebound. He'll give it back to Luke, who'll bring the ball back up into the front court. Don't forget, stay tuned, the Ralph Construction halftime report coming up. Luke with another, that's another three. Luke's got 8 on a pair of threes here in the first half. Trinkle goes back to Carpenter again, bring it back out top to Chandler. Chandler around the screen, tries to come down the middle, lays it off to Stocking. Good hands there by Hammonds to knock it out of bounds. And stay with Minico.
Yeah, Gabe alertly hustling back, closing the passing lane.
If you're a skier, be listening at halftime. We've got a great opportunity for you. Lob pass inside, goes to Betcher. His little shot to get around Hyde is too strong. Carpenter has the rebound. Little spin move in the paint is good.
Yeah, too bad. Now Luke's double dribbled.
And Luke double dribbled it in the backcourt, so a turnover against the Indians.
Yeah, the Indians have got to box out just a little better. They're giving up too many offensive boards here to this Minico team.
51 seconds left here in the half as it comes back to Ryland Chandler. They'll run some clock here as Betcher pops up to get it. Standing in three-point country, comes to Stocking. Looks down low, nothing there. He'll go right in front of the Preston bench, back to Trinkle. Trinkle looks inside, can't go there either. As crossover dribble, comes back to Betcher. Three-point area, gets Ty way out away from the basket. Still nothing there. Cheerns gets pretty good position. Stocking with a three, that's no good. Hammond's good position with the rebound, gets it away from Carpenter with 15 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, you got to look at the clock. 10 seconds now.
Luke up into the front court. 8 was 7. Comes around the screen. Luke in the corner. Goes to Harris for three. In, out, stays out. Trinkle has the rebound. Gets near the midcourt stripe. Lets it fly, but it's no good. And Preston will take a 6-point lead into the halftime locker room. 34-28, Preston on top. We invite you to stay tuned. The Ralph Construction halftime report is coming up after this timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing Vegas style, boys.
Brush up on your NASCAR trivia. Listen to win each weekday. You can win tickets to the NASCAR Series February 20th through the 23rd at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The drawing will be held on February 12th. When you hear a qualifying NASCAR question, call the KACH radio station at 208-852-1340. All callers with the correct answer will be entered into the drawing to win the tickets. Must be 21 years or older to register.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on-site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-0810.
The halftime report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsize, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. If you can't tell, the Fidels are performing here at halftime as Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller rejoining you here after the first half. Preston leading by 6 at the break, 34-28. Back and forth in the second quarter. We featured 4 lean changes, but Preston able to finally put some offense together when they needed it.
Yeah, Dunn had a couple free throws and a couple of runouts and easy baskets that caused Minico to call timeout, swung momentum Preston's way, but Minico, boy, they speed you up and they slow you down at the same time with their super tough physical defense. Preston not shooting it as well as we normally see, but credit some of that to that Minico Spartan defense.
Preston able to take pretty good care of the basketball in the first half as well, as certainly Minico had more turnovers than the Indians did.
Yeah, the Indians had a lot of deflections, block shots, really played quite well defensively. I think Tyler has to be happy with that first half defensive effort, except for giving up too many offensive rebounds. You got to finish the defensive stand by closing it out with a good defensive rebound and an outlet pass. So you play 20, 30 seconds of good defense, go get the rebound and finish that defensive stand out.
We mentioned if you're a skier, we had a deal for you. We have some lift tickets to give away to Beaver Mountain. And we're going to start giving those away tomorrow during the girls' game tomorrow night. So be listening to the girls' game as they open up their conference play. First round matchup against Mountain Home. We'll give you the number to call, and you can call in and win ski passes tomorrow to Beaver Mountain. And we got some next week to give away during the next couple of boys' games as well. So skiers, be listening tomorrow night for your chance to win. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, look at the stats from the first half right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
What is The Grind? It's a 5-month marathon. It's working to be better every day. It's playing through the pain. It's falling and getting back up. The Grind. It's what gets a team all the way to March and then says, we're not done. Every step of the grind lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday night, the Aggies will be at the Spectrum as Boise State comes to call. The pregame show starts at 7:30. They'll tip the game off at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to PrestonDrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit PrestonDrug.com to
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
KACH.
Minico back out on the floor. Starting to get ready for the second half. Gives us a couple of minutes to take a look at the scoring from the first half. Braven Trinkle played but did not score. Dylan Ball had 3 in the first half. Kason Carpenter had 9 points overall in the first half. Rylan Chandler finished the first half with 5. Philip Betcher with 4. And Connor Stocking with a total of 3 in the first half as Minico made 2 3-pointers in the first half. For the Preston Indians, Lyle?
Ty Hyde, Dan, I've got him with 11. They've got him with 9 on the board, but I've got him with 5 field goals. He goes 1 for 6 from the free throw line, so not the best shooting night so far from the line for Ty, but 11 points. Luke Smaley's got 8. He's got a couple of 3s and a 2. Scott Dunn with those 2 run-out layups for 4 points plus a couple of free throws. Scott was 6. Garrett Ward played in that first half, didn't score. Cole Harris had a layup for 2. Rhett Robertson had a layup for 2. Gabe Hammonds had a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer for 5. And that's the scoring they've got for the Preston Indians as the Indians take a 34-28 lead into the start of the third quarter.
We told you it's senior night. We'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll tell you about a very special honor during the pregame ceremonies. We'll do that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If it's time to sell your home, retail property, or land, make sure to hire the realtor that has your best interest in mind. This is Mike Hansen, broker at Cornerstone Real Estate. As a licensed real estate broker in Idaho and Utah, I have over 20 years of experience helping folks successfully sell property. I would like the opportunity to help you list and sell for the best price as quickly as possible. Call me today to schedule an appointment. Let's work together to make the sale of your property as simple and successful as possible. Mike Hansen, 801-510-1121.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
KACH.
Second half getting ready to get started. Before the game when they were honoring the seniors. There was one member of the senior class who would be part of this senior class, but passed away tragically as not here. That, of course, we're talking about Garrett Harris. He was honored, at least his mom was honored before the game, as although all the senior members of the Preston basketball team presented his mom with a signed jersey. All the Preston players got together, signed the jersey, presented it to his mom, as Garrett would have been part of this Preston Indians basketball team.
What a nice moment and a great gesture by the Indians program and players.
Ball belongs to Minico as we start the second half. Dylan Ball backs the ball back out. He had 3 points in the first half. He had one of those three-pointers that we mentioned. Lost it. Now Smedley's got him trapped. It goes to Betcher. His shot high off the glass is no good. Hyde has it, gets it to Smedley. Ahead to Ward. Terminates, gets it back outside, back to Hobson. He wants to drive baseline, off the glass and good. Wow, that's a tough angle by Cooper Hobson. Able to get it home. Indians get the first hoop of the second half, extend the lead out to 8. Carpenter pulls up for 3. A little bit short, needs to roll and gets it.
Wow. Soft touch. Scott Dunn right back. The runner, no good.
Dunn, no good. Rebound up high, comes back to Carpenter. Carpenter hustling up the floor against Scott Dunn, and Dunn probably going to call for a foul here for cutting him off. And he will. That's going to be second on Scott. First foul against either side called here in the second half. And the ball belongs to Minico underneath their own bucket. Minute and 2 seconds into half number 2. Comes the ball, 3-pointer from the corner. Good.
Just got loose. Lost him on that inbounds.
Two quick 3-pointers, and all of a sudden the lead down to 2. Comes to Dunn, Smedley with it in the left corner. Has it poked away there momentarily.
It's like Luke got hit in the face there.
Yeah, Chandler, tough defense. Luke kind of holding his left eye a little bit. As Cooper Hobson will bring it in. Sideline over on the far side. As it comes into Luke. Smedley gets it off to Dunn right in front of the Indian bench. Back out top to Ward. Looked for a cutter, couldn't get it to one, so he give it back to Smedley. He gives it to Hyde. Ty reverse layup is good. Wow. Ty's got 13. Comes the ball back up in the front court. Underneath, deflected by Ty, taken away by Dunn. He can't get the pass far enough up the court. Comes back here as it's Carpenter pulls up. 2-pointer is good. As a timeout called by Coach Trinkle of Minico. As we're back to a 2-point lead again for the Indians. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
We've played just under 2 minutes here of the second half as Minico's come out firing here in the second half, hit a pair of threes and got right back into the game. 2-point lead here for the Indians. Smedley, free throw line extended left. Comes down the middle, gives it off to Ward. Garrett pulls up, 15-footer straight away, no good. Up high to get the rebound, his ball. He swings that elbow just like Harris did, got called for a foul earlier. Back down low to Betcher. Betcher throws it away. Chandler moved and Betcher threw it to where he was standing before he moved.
Yeah, good shot last time down by Garrett. He can hit that free throw shot, or free throw line shot, just doesn't go.
Harwood back into the game as Betcher will go back to the bench. As Luke gets the ball back up in the front court for the Indians. Hobson back in there as well, pops out to get it. In the corner goes, he's inside. Whoa. as Harwood threw a birthday hug on Ty Hyde. trying to congratulate him for signing that letter of intent to go to the Dixie State earlier today.
Yeah, that's his only defense, is just try to grab him. So much shorter.
Inside to Ty, high off the glass and in. Ty's got 15. He averages 17.5 a game. And remember, he's led the team in scoring each of the last 5 contests. Chandler down low, Harwood gets the easy layup.
Alert pass by Chandler, Dan. He saw Ty coming over and found the open big man.
Back to Hobson. Indians with the 2-point lead again, and we get a foul inside. Is this on Harwood?
Yeah, it's going to be on Harwood again, yeah.
Trying to lean on Ty?
Yep.
Yep, it is. It's on Harwood, and that'll be 3 on him. Second team foul of the half against Minico. Remember, they were out of fouls before the first quarter was over in the first half. Smalley, a 3 from the corner, is short. Good work by Ward to get the rebound. Kick it back over. Hobson from the right corner, no good. Harwood up high to get the rebound. He'll give it to Ball. As Trinkle wants him to run. He'll go up against Ty, gets the bucket and the foul. That'll be the first on Ty.
Tough layup by Ball. Gives up a lot of size, goes up with the left hand and holds him off with the right, draws the contact.
Well, Coach Trinkle got in his ear coming up the floor, wanted him to hurry up and go.
Minico was in the lane, no shot.
That's going to be a lane violation against Harwood. So no basket.
Ties the game though, so we're all reset now, 40 all.
We're tied at 40, 5:20 to play here in quarter number 3. That's our 5th tie of the night. Ward back down low. This time Harwood able to punch it away. Comes to Carpenter, hustling up the floor. Back to Chandler. Chandler had it knocked away. Smalley has it. Quickly up the floor, try to get it to Hobson. Ball got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, we're trying to do those 40 or 50-foot passes. Minico ready for them. They've scouted us, they've played us, they know that's what we want to do.
Luke likes to press it up the floor at every opportunity. The pass is not a bad idea, but if you throw it across court, you're throwing it across the heart of the defense. As it's knocked away, loose on the floor, Ball had it, and a foul. That's going to be on Luke for diving on top of the pile.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Luke for that. Let's see here.
Yes, it is. That'll be on Smalley. That's just his second and third of the team as a team against the Indians here in the half. And then we got a little bit of a bloody nose, I think, as Ball's going to have to come off.
Yeah.
That's why Brevin Trinkle went to go check in. So when
get the trainer involved here. I think he lost a tooth.
Looks like he lost a tooth. Yep, there's the tooth. If you get a look at it, Coach Trinkle holds out his hand, and the tooth is in his hand. So when Ball dove on the ball on the floor, and Luke landed on top of him, it drove his head and his face into the floor, and knocked one of his front teeth out.
Yeah, being attended to by the Preston trainer, but probably take him off to the corner somewhere so the game can continue on.
They should. Need to get the blood flow controlled. Mr. and Mrs. Ball, we apologize, but all that money you spent on braces.
Right.
As the trainer for the Indians continues to talk to Ball right here in front of us at the scorer's table.
I guess they're trying to decide if he's okay to stay in, or I don't know what the conversation is exactly.
That's the good thing about gums. They'll quit bleeding very quickly. He's trying to take his tooth back and press it back up in there. It's not going to do you much good to do that. Now they're going to take him out. As Brevin had already checked into the game, Brevin Trinkle, so Ball can come out here for a couple of minutes. Yeah. He has a new talent. He can now spit water between the gap in his teeth. I'm kidding. I didn't mean that.
Ball, a tough kid, though. He had a smile on his face as he went out. And
yep. No, it's all perfectly.
Trinkle in for him, though.
Yeah. Good hard play, and unfortunately, those things happen sometimes. As Trinkle drives around the screen. Into the right corner goes to Stocking. Dribbles it out of the corner. He'll give it back to Carpenter. Drives, shoots over Hyde. That's no good. And Dunn has the rebound. Back to Smaley. We're tied at 40. 4:20 to play in quarter number 3. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller with you tonight from Preston Gym on senior night. Comes to Dunn. Back out top to Ward. Hobson. Bounce it down on the block. It goes to Hyde. Nice spin move. Slam dunk.
Ty showing us the whole bag of tricks tonight, Dan. Wow.
He spun on Stocking. He didn't know where he went. As the Chandler with the layup. That's no good. Comes to Hobson. He'll push it up into the front court as Chandler got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. Harris will come back in as Hobson now will come back out. So Cooper comes back out. Preston goes back up by 2. Bounce it in. Dunn, three-pointer from the corner is good.
There we go.
Scotty with his first 3 of the night, his team leading 49th of the year. And now the lead back up to 5 again with 3:40 to play. 45-40 as they give it back to Carpenter in front of the Minico bench. Drives back across the top of the key, gives it back to Trinkle. Goes across between the feet a couple of times. He'll give it back to Chandler. Chandler working against Ward. Good defense there. Comes around the screen a couple of times. This time he's able to rub Ward off on the pick. Back to Carpenter. Pass is deflected. And boy, they're going to say it went off Minico.
Yeah, I thought it went off Minico, so Indians get a break there on the turnover and see if they can capitalize with another good shot at the basket here.
Remember, these two teams played to a 3-point game their first meeting of the year. Dunn, another 3. Short. Long rebound comes to Trinkle in the corner. Trinkle up into the front court. Loses Harris. Pulls up. 16-footer. A little bit too long. Comes back out. Chandler with the board. Offensive foul.
Yeah, Luke just waiting for him. Chandler driving that in from the three-point line. Runs him over. You know, we've seen a lot of times, Dan, when Scott gets that first 3, he can bang another one. Right. They tried to find it. He just couldn't quite hit the bottom of the net with the second one this time.
So Luke will bring the ball back up into the front court. Goes to Dunn in the corner on the right block, down to Hyde. They double team him. Try to bounce it inside to Harris. Knocked away, taken away by Minico.
Yeah, the right idea. Ty trying to pass out of the double team.
Chandler comes to Trinkle. Dunn on him. Comes back to Chandler. Stocking with it as they run a little 3-man weave up the top of the key. Back to Chandler. Down the right side of the lane. Pulls up. Go over Hyde. Blocked by Hyde. Taken away by Hyde. Comes out to Smaley. Slam dunk.
Right over Trinkle. Welcome to the big leagues, freshman Trinkle there. Takes a dunk. Gets in Luke's poster, as they say.
As they open the lead up to 7. 47-40. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Carpenter, offensive foul as Ty draws another one. Garrett Hobson's going to come in. Garrett Ward will go back to the bench.
Yeah, you see there in that last 2 minutes why Ty is such a good interior defender. The last time down he got a block. This time he lays off the block and takes the charge. It's got to be frustrating for interior post players.
He's so quick to get up in the air. As he comes in, not bad, nice pass. Harris with a reverse layup. Great assist from Ty Hyde to his cousin. Betcher at the right block. Trying to go up, has his shot blocked again by Ty. Then they try to get it outside, they throw it out of bounds.
Good run for the Indians, momentum going our way.
Betcher tried to get the ball back out and panicked and threw it to nobody.
Yep. After getting swatted by Ty.
As Betcher will come back out. 1:36 to play, lead out to 9. In the corner, Hobson. Bounce it down low on the block, back to Hyde. Turns on Harwood, kicking it back over to Dunn. A 3 from the left corner. Ooh. No good. Off the board a couple of times, saved on the floor by Hammonds. Nope, they're going to call it out of bounds. Hammonds stepped on the sidelines.
Boy, too bad. If either Ty or Gabe was there, we had it. But when they're both there, they got each other's way. We don't get the rebound.
1:15 to play here in the third. As they bring it back up to the front court. Chandler gives it off to Durfee just back into the game, and Durfee's going to be held by Hammonds, trying to turn and go to the bucket.
Gabe trying to maintain contact, but wasn't too much arm there in the back of the driving player's back.
That's the first on Hammonds, fourth on the team. That's 4 team fouls each now. Comes back into Durfee. Outside, Stocking for 3. No, Ty's got it off the rim. Took a couple of bounces off the iron, but stayed out. Comes Smaley up into the front court. Hammonds comes out to get it. Up top to Harris. Over on the left side, goes back down in the corner, back to Smaley again. Give it to, Grice pass by Hyde, back to Harris, score the bucket, and a foul. Fouls on Harwood, that's going to be his 4th.
Another nice assist by Ty. And Harris just has a knack for knowing when to dive in and take the pressure off Ty and get a layup.
They let that double team on Ty, left the back door side wide open, and Harris with the perfect timing got the pass from high, went up, got the basket. Now he goes to the free throw line to shoot his first free throw of the night and hits it. If Cole had enough free throws to qualify, he'd be up in the leaders as well. He's now 8 out of 10 is all on the year, but he's back up at 80%.
Yeah.
12-point lead for the Indians. 38 seconds to play in the quarter. The 12-point lead's their biggest of the game. Outside to Stocking. Tried to get it to Carpenter, couldn't, so he'll give it off to Trinkle. Trinkle drives on Harris, gets up in the air. He'll have to give it off to Ball back into the game. As no good. Red Robertson replaced Ty at the whistle, so he gives it off to Smaley back up in the front court. Luke wanted to drive, saw Stocking, so he pulls it back out. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Carpenter comes out on Luke. Here comes Luke again. Tries to lay it off inside to Robertson. Taken away. Here comes Chandler. Lay it up and almost came out as Chandler makes the layup at the buzzer, as Preston has a 10-point lead as we go to the fourth. Fourth quarter tonight brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go there right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Preston Lady Indians are ready to jump into the conference tournament as the Mountain Home Tigers come to Preston Gym for an opening round game on Thursday night. The Lady Indians downed the Lady Tigers earlier this season, but anything can happen during tournament time. Catch this game at a special time. The pregame show on Thursday night gets underway at 5:45 with the tip-off at 6 o'clock on 105.5 FM, AM 1340 KACH, and on mylocalradio.com. The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH.
Well, we'll start the fourth quarter. Preston leading by 10, 52-42. Indians have the ball to start the quarter. Up in the front court it comes to Ward. Harris gets it as well. Ty Hyde back on the floor, gets it down at the left block. Turns inside, goes up on Stocking, lost the ball, tried to get it down low to Harris. Now he goes up and he's fouled. Ty with 19. Foul goes on Dylan Ball, his second.
Good patience by Ty that time.
As Ty will go back to the free throw line where he has struggled tonight. He's made only 1 out of 6 so far on the evening.
Well, this will be his first attempt of the second half. Oh, in and
out. Comes loose. Harris has it. It can make a 4-point trip down the floor or more. As a ball rebound comes out to Smaley out near the timeline. Spins on Ball. Gets it to Harris, who almost falls down. As Cole off balance goes up, gets his own rebound, goes off the glass and in. So it is a 4-point trip for the Indians. 56-42, 7.5 to play. Trinkle waiting, somebody to cut to the ball. He'll go around the screen, pull up, shoot over Hyde. 2-pointer's good. His first 2 points of the game. Lead goes back to 12. Harris looks inside to Ty, gets it down there, and Ty, good position on Stocking, able to put that one in. Ty goes over 20. He's hit double digits in 16 of the 18 games played this year. Trinkle, the lefty, shoots up a 3. That's no good. Ward has the rebound as he rides Carpenter out of the way. Quickly ahead to Ty, and he's slipped going up by Ball, and a foul on Ball.
Ty will get another trip to the line.
Hear people behind us yelling for a breakaway, but we wasn't truly ahead. So that'd be just a shooting foul. Ty will go back to the free throw line. That's 3 now on Dylan Ball.
Yep, and that didn't strike me as a dirty play, just a good hard basketball foul. Boy,
well, Ty continues to struggle tonight.
So I've got Ty 1 for 8 now from the line.
As Stocking's going to come out.
Ty kind of shakes his head like, what's going on with my free throws?
You can be outstanding, and all of a sudden just something will just go away as Ty hits that one, nothing but net. It's 2 out of 9, and I have him now with 22 points overall on the night. Here's Chandler back up into the front court. Gets it back to Trinkle. Comes around the screen, set by Harwood. Goes up against Ty. Ty makes him alter the shot, and a foul on Ty. Yeah. That's going to send Trinkle to the line. He'll shoot 2. That's just a second foul tonight on Ty Hyde.
Good job by Trinkle driving it into the body of the shot blocker, but Ty took a big old volleyball swing. They're almost always going to call that as a foul.
Brevin Trinkle is a very interesting case. He has long hair, and talking to his dad, they're allowing him to grow his hair as he makes a free throw. It's his 3rd of the year. The reason why they're allowing him, because the young man, Brevin, when he does eventually get his haircut, he's going to donate the hair to Locks of Love to help pediatric cancer patients who've gone through chemotherapy.
Well, that's an admirable thing to do.
So Philip Betcher comes back into the game as Harwood will go back to the bench. As Brevin makes them both. 59-46. 6:20 rather to play here in quarter number 4 tonight. With a win, Preston can clinch the number 1 overall seed in the conference tournament. And also extend their winning streak out to 14. Ward, crossover dribble, he'll give it to Smaley. You remember Preston had a 13-game winning streak last year before it was snapped late in the year in a game at Century. Goes to Hobson, back to Ward, down low, Smaley in the paint. Kicks it back out, Dunn for 3. Looks good, is good.
He had the best seat in the house for that one, Dan. Nothing but net.
Straight as a string. Scotty makes his second 3 of the night. Harris almost took it away. Trinkle gets away from him. Spins in the paint. Left-hander, no good. Rebound comes to Harris. Just stand there waiting for it to come down. As Preston has gone small here with Ty and Rhett both on the bench.
Yeah, they finally got Luke on the low post at the end of the last possession. Let's see if they run that play again.
Back out top to Hobson. Pulls up, and he's fouled at the right elbow. Foul's going to go on Brevin Trinkle. That'll be his first. And Hobson will go to the free throw line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by West Motors with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. They're all available right here in the city of Preston. First one by Cooper is good.
Cooper's gradually played more and more minutes, Dan. We haven't seen Brecker Knapp tonight.
Brecker got extended playing time in the JV game tonight.
Oh, okay.
So he's trying to get his minutes back up that way as well as it comes to Chandler back up into the front court. Cooper made one of the 2. Ball. They lost it. It comes to Smaley. Here comes Luke all the way.
Oh, goodness. One-handed tomahawk. I like that one a lot.
That gets his dad up behind us. 65-46. Preston goes up by 19, their biggest lead of the night, and a foul away from the ball. It's going to be on Garrett Ward. And that'll be the 6th team foul against the Indians. That'll be 3 on Garrett. Ty Hyde will come back in as Harris will go back to the bench.
Well-deserved hand for Cole. He gave some really good minutes there.
As Smaley reaches in and then draws the foul. He got the ball away from Chandler and then trying to wrestle his way in for position, called for the foul. That's 3 on Luke. That's 17 fouls now on the Indians, so Ryland Chandler is going to go back to the free throw line to shoot here. So here's Chandler. Free throw's no good. Hobson with the rebound. Chandler with only 7 points tonight. Remember, he had 24 the first meeting between these two teams. That's a big difference in the game tonight. Hobson gets it to Ward. All fighting for it, lost it. Goes back to Ward, gets it back across the timeline. Ball knocks it away. Ty dives on it, and the ball's tied up. And it's going to go back over. Jones tried to get a timeout, but didn't get it called in time, or at least nobody saw it. And the ball's going to go back over to Minico again in the backcourt.
Credit Ball for some scrappiness there. He's back in after his tooth issue and caused that turnover.
You know what? That's scrappy enough as it is. If he's playing the way he is after losing a tooth, he's got my vote.
Exactly.
Chandler, 4:10 to play in the game. Preston goes up by 19 now. Back to Betcher, who's back into the game. Swing it back to Trinkle. Wants to drive, gets cut off, so he'll pull the ball back out. Back to Chandler again, back out top. Back to Betcher. Drives down the middle. Blocked again by Hyde. Ty's blocked him 3 times. And Smaley tried to get the pass out, but he's fouled on the pass. As the foul will go on Ryland Chandler. That'll be his 2nd. And the 9th against the Spartans as a team. So Luke's going to go back to the free throw line.
Hyde making a living tonight blocking Betcher inside.
So here's Luke. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. Ask about their catering options as well. Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center on the highway in Preston. Smaley's 2nd is good also. So Smaley tonight, I got him with 14 and a timeout on the floor, and we'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH.
Luke Smaley is going to go to the bench after making the free throws. Preston comes back out with Hammonds, Hobson, Hyde, Robertson, and Dunn. As Chandler tries to drive, gets cut off, kicks it back out, 3-pointer by Trinkle. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Long rebound is chased down in the corner by Harwood. Back to ball, comes down the middle, jump stop over Ty, no good. Trinkle tries to battle for the rebound, taken away by Robertson. It goes out of bounds. Where? He's going to stay with Minico.
Looks like he was either fouled or it was hit out of his hands. Minico will keep it though.
Preston up by 21, their biggest lead of the game. Comes back in the corner to Carpenter, back out top to Trinkle. Back to Carpenter for 3. No good. Ty trying to battle inside. Boy, Trinkle takes the rebound away from him. Pull up three from the right corner, no. Carpenter has it, put back, no. Hyde and Robertson fight for the ball and ends up being knocked away, and a foul on Carpenter. There, they're pointing down at the other end, so it's going to be free throws for the Indians as Kason Carpenter draws his third foul.
Looks like we'll get Brecker Knapp with some time here in the fourth quarter.
Brecker Knapp will come in as they're trying to get Brecker just to get him a little bit of playing time, get him in, get him out, much like they did with Hobson when he first came back. He got probably close to 15, 18 minutes in the JV game as Robertson misses the free throw tonight. And now Braden Hess will come in with 3:05 to play, and the Indians up by 21 as Ty Hyde heads to the bench on senior night.
Ty with a big night tonight. Great job.
Robertson makes the second. He has 3 in the game tonight. And Preston goes back up now by 22. Ball with it as we go under the 3-minute mark in the game. Harwood sets the screen, comes around it, comes back to Trinkle. Trinkle pulls back, doesn't take the shot, goes bound by Robertson. A little floater in the lane is good.
Yeah, good move there.
Brevin now with 6 in the game. As we're back down to 2:35 now as it comes to Knapp. Back out top to Robertson, swing it over to Hammonds, free throw line extended left. Driving off the glass, no good, but Gabe will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple of free throws himself. Fouls on Dylan Ball, that's his 4th. So the fourth quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Webb Funeral Home here in Preston. You know, when you need it in your time of need, you'll find nothing but professional service and true compassion at Webb Funeral Home. It's Webb Funeral Home off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. First free throw by Hammonds is good. He makes them both. Gabe has 6 in the game, and it's 70-48. They reached 70 points yet again. As the free throw, the three-pointer rather by Trinkle is no good. Long rebound comes out to Hammonds. He'll slow the ball down, give it back to Hobson. Comes to Knapp in front of the Preston bench. Back down low. Nice pass to Hobson for the layup.
Just simple give-and-go basketball.
72-48. 2 minutes to play. Chandler's 3. That's no good. Hobson up high with a one-handed rebound. He snatches it out of midair.
Hobson's size paying off on the board for the Indians here.
Hobson, or I should say Hammonds. And I got a holding foul. Trinkle's trying to hold Hobson to keep him from rolling to the basket. Coach up wanted an explanation from the referee, and they just turned their back on him.
None forthcoming. Well, maybe he'll talk to
now
him
he will. Might come over and chat with him here a little bit. As free throw by Cooper is good. Cooper now with 6 points in the game. He had a season high against Century in the last game of 10 as he makes them both.
Cooper money from the free throw line as always.
74-48, a 26-point advantage. Swinging all the way back in the corner, it goes to Ball. Comes back out against Knapp. Lost it momentarily, and now Brecker's going to get called for a reach-in. That is his first of the night. That's 8 team fouls, so it's going to send Dylan Ball to the line to shoot 1-1. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, we're right back here at Preston Gym. The Lady Indians opened up their conference tournament. They're going in as the number 2 seed, as the first one by Ball is good. As the number 2 seed, they will host Mountain Home tomorrow. A special starting time of 6 o'clock tip-off local time here in Preston. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 5:45. As you can hear that not only on mylocalradio.com, but also live on KACH as well. Ball missed the second free throw. Preston with the ball down low. Knapp under the layup. Brecker Knapp opens up the lead a little bit bigger, 76-49. Ball dribbles against Hammonds. A foul against Hammonds. Wow. Well, that's really really ticky-tack. Cole Harris is going to come back in as they're going to get the other senior, Cooper Hobson, out of the game. Here's the hand for Cooper.
Yep. Good game tonight for Cooper.
So Dylan Ball will go back to the free throw line. He made 1 out of 2 just a moment ago. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and Robertson has the rebound. He'll give it off to Brecker. 1 minute to play here in regulation. 76-49. Preston with a big lead. They bounce that off a Trinkle and out of bounds.
Yep, need a little better spacing, a little better angle for that pass there.
Brevin comes from a basketball family. His grandfather was the longtime coach at San Diego State. As it's taken away, Carpenter has it, drives, and lays it in. Kason Carpenter now with 16 in the game. That leads all scoring for Minico tonight. And also surpasses his 15 that he had in the first meeting against the Indians. Hess. Harris. Back to Knapp in front of the Preston bench. And Ball's going to call for the reach-in. And then the double bonus is going to send Knapp to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah. Not sure why Ball's aggressively digging at the ball and getting the foul there. 27 seconds to go, but he's playing hard to the end, and that's fine. So
25-point lead for the Indians as Micah Nava will come in for the first time here tonight. As Nava, well, that's 5 on Ball. That's the problem. So Ball fouls out. So that's why Nava comes in. As Brecker, for his first free throw, is good. Yeah, Coach Trinkle, Brevin's dad, is a very interesting guy. Like I said, talked about before, he was the coach at Garden City Community College when I was there for 3 years, working and running radio stations in Garden City. And got to know him a little bit. And grew up in Twin Falls and knew the Jones boys growing up.
Yeah, his dad was the coach at CSI, right?
Right. Who left there, and Carpenter almost had a jam, missed the layup. Left there, went to San Diego State, and was there until Steve Fisher came to town. As Preston will win this one here tonight by the final score of 78-51. So Preston clinches the #1 seed in the upcoming conference tournament. They eliminate Minico and Burley here tonight with the victory. Lock up the #1 seed, and they can be one of a couple, maybe 3 teams in the state, depending on how the other 2 do, with 18 wins overall on the year. So they remain one of the winningest teams in the state with another victory here tonight.
Big win for the Indians, not just score-wise, but we talked about, boy, in the district, this is just a huge win. And now the Indians can look forward to closing out the regular season and get ready for that postseason run that they hope to make this year.
78-51 the final. We'll come back with the post-game show. We'll talk to Coach Tyler Jones on the post-game show as well. And we'll look at the final stats coming up. That's all on the post-game show, and it is coming up next.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing Vegas style, boys.
Brush up on your NASCAR trivia. Listen to win each weekday. You can win tickets to the NASCAR Series February 20th through the 23rd at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The drawing will be held on February 12th. When you hear a qualifying NASCAR question, call the KACH radio station at 208-852-1340. All callers with the correct answer will be entered into the drawing to win the tickets. Must be 21 years or older to register.
The next Wild Women's Clinic at Beaver Mountain will be held on Wednesday, February 19th. The cost is $55 and includes a light breakfast, lunch, and a 2-hour ski or snowboard lesson. Space is limited. You need to be registered by Monday, February 17th at our Logan office or at the Mountain Snow Sports School. Go to skithebeeve.com for all the information.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now, they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
Well, welcome back here to Preston Gym. Another impressive win tonight by the Preston Indians, as tonight they roll up 78 points in knocking off the Minico Spartans to clinch the number one spot in the conference tournament upcoming, as they eliminate not only Minico but also Burley tonight by mathematically eliminating them, as they win it 78-51 here tonight. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller back here at the gym. You know, they put together a good quality game in just about in all facets of the game, maybe except free throw shooting.
Right, exactly. You know, putting 78 points on this Minico team, hard to do. This is one of the better defensive teams in all of 4A in Idaho. They're coached that way. They play tough physical defense. I think in the first half especially kind of threw us off a little bit. We were just a little out of rhythm on our shooting. Certainly picked it up in the second half, extend that lead out and come out with a big win tonight over a very good Minico team. So great team effort all around tonight by the Indians.
Minico, who average giving up only 48.5 points a game, and then Preston almost hangs an 80 on them.
Yeah, Preston's probably right about its season average, but you know, again, big difference from the game up at Minico, where, as I recall, we were in the 60s and we barely pulled that one out. So
69-66, if I remember correctly, what the final score was. For Preston, who averages 71 points a game, 71.2 as a matter of fact, so they go over their average again, and with another game over the 70-point mark, as boy, they continue really to rack up the points, as they're well over 1,400 points now for the year as a team.
Wow, that's impressive. And another, we'll talk about scoring a little later, but another balanced scoring night for the Indians, which is a big part of that. And with Hobson and Brecker Knapp now coming back and giving good minutes, this is probably a deeper team than we had last year, Dan, just top to bottom, and we can get contributions from 8 or 9 guys on any given night. So I like that depth.
I would think so. That'd be a very interesting question for Coach Jones coming up when he comes back out, is the overall depth of this team compared to last year's team. I do like everybody we have. Of course, difference is they have 6 seniors last year, where they only had 2 last year. So, you know, you get a little more experience and a little more depth, so they all kind of work together.
Yeah, you know, the Spartans tonight, they played hard, they played tough. You know, they kind of, teams tend to take on that personality of their coach, and, you know, you kind of see that with this Spartan team. So they'll be back, and, you know, we may very well see them again in the district tournament and play them a 3rd time this year. But you've got to enjoy this one and then get ready to go. Actually, we'll have a little bit of a layoff, but get ready for next week, finish out the season.
Ty sat most of the 4th quarter, but while he was in there, he managed to rack up his 6th 20-plus point game of the year.
Ty just completely dominated inside tonight, and it's not that Minico didn't have any size. They did have some pretty big kids, but between the rebounding, the shot blocking, his shot making, great night for Ty everywhere except the free throw line, but that's okay. Still overall a great night for Ty Hyde.
You know, I was thinking that for some reason Ty maybe struggled offensively a little bit in that game against the Minico earlier a month ago. But now as I look down at my notes, he had 21 in that game and he has 22 here tonight.
Yeah, great. And, you know, he's been consistent all year long. I mean,
Yes.
he really hasn't had a bad game that I remember at any point. It's just, you know, you like that from your seniors, especially from your big man. And when you draw those fouls,
there was 2 games this year that he failed to reach double digits. But, you know, still, you know, one of those, I don't remember, one of those might have been against Middleton, where he sat out the whole first half with those couple of fouls.
Yeah. You know, Ty was first-team All-Stater last year and is certainly playing at that level again this year.
Yeah, exactly. So Preston wins it tonight, 78-51, waiting for Coach Jones to make his way out of the locker room. And we'll come back and we'll check the scores from the game tonight as we look at the score sheet coming up next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
As we continue to wait for Coach Jones, it gives us a minute to look at the scores from tonight's game. First for Minico, Brevin Trinkle. Nice game for him. He finished the game with 6 points tonight. Dylan Ball, who had lost a front tooth diving onto the floor, finished the game with 9, including a pair of three-pointers. Kason Carpenter had 16. He also sank a couple of three-pointers in the game. Rylan Chandler was held to only 7 points tonight. He had 24 in the first meeting between the two teams this year. Philip Betcher finished the game with 4, and Connor Stocking had a three-pointer early on in the game. That's the only points he ended up scoring the entire game, as he finished with 3. And Grayson Harwood, who picked up some good minutes, collected 4 fouls. However, he had 6 points overall in the game. Preston did a great job keeping Minico off of the free throw line. They made 3 out of only 4 free throw attempts they had the entire game.
Well, Preston Indians, Dan, tonight I've got Ty Hyde going 10 for 10 from the field, 1 for 9 from the free throw line for 21 points. Of course, my stats unofficial. I've also got Ty with at least 4 or 5 rebounds, and I've got him for 5 assists and 3 blocks. Good, well-rounded game from Ty tonight. Luke Smedley goes 3 for 4 on twos, 2 for 3 on threes, and 2 for 2 from the line for 14 points. Good night here for Luke as well, including 2 impressive slam dunks to add to his season total. I don't know what that total is, but several dunks this year for Luke out of that point guard spot. Scott Dunn goes 2 for 3 on twos, 2 for 7 on threes, and 2 for 2 from the line for 12. Garrett Ward played and didn't score tonight. Cole Harris goes 4 for 5 on twos, 0 for 1 for threes, 1 for 1 on free throws for 9 points. Brett Robertson goes 1 for 1 from the field and 1 for 2 for the line for 3. Gabe Hammonds 1 for 3 on twos, 1 for 1 on threes, and 2 for 2 from the line. We'll give Gabe 7 points tonight. Brecker Knapp came in the fourth quarter and gave a lift. He had a bucket and a couple of free throws for 4. Cooper Hobson scored 2 field goals, 0 for 2 on threes, and 3 for 3 from the line for 7 points. Overall, Dan, I've got the Indians going 24 out of 30 on 2-pointers. That seems almost impossible to make that many two-pointers, but part of that is getting a lot of shots at the rim and not taking a lot of long contested twos. But 5 for 14 on threes and 14 out of 23 from the free throw line, so a little below the season average for the Indians on the free throws. But overall, the Indians were up 34-28 at halftime. They extend that lead to 52-42 at the end of the third, and they finish it off 78-51. So the Indians really put the pedal to the metal there in the second half and did a great job scoring 34 in that second half.
Yeah, they end up winning by 27, so that's
44 rather. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's still that's still quite a victory tonight for the Indians as they improve their record. They're at 18-1 on the year, 11-1 in conference, and they'll await. Well, actually, they'll go on the road. I should say next Wednesday they'll go to Burley and face the Bobcats, and they still have another trip now a week from Friday, I should say. They'll be in Pocatello to wrap up the regular season.
Yeah, a lot of good basketball. We talked about the Lady Indians game tomorrow night. Actually, the Rockland, as I understand it, the Rockland varsity is going to come Friday and play our JV, and their JV is going to play our freshmen. But our varsity won't have another game until next week.
Oh, very good. So that's the wrap up here. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and see the players headed out of the locker room. We're waiting Coach Jones, see if he can come out and join us after this timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
What is The Grind? It's a 5-month marathon. It's working to be better every day. It's playing through the pain. It's falling and getting back up. The Grind. It's what gets a team all the way to March and then says, we're not done. Every step of the grind lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday night, the Aggies will be at the Spectrum as Boise State comes to call. The pregame show starts at 7:30. They'll tip the game off at 8.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH.
Welcome back here on the postgame show as we're joined by Coach Tyler Jones here. Here on the post-game show. First of all, congratulations on win number 18.
Thank you. First half was a little shaky, first quarter back and forth, and Minico came to play, and they're a solid team. But second half, we finally, kind of got playing our game, our style, and a much better second half, and a great win for us.
It was a very good win for you, as like you said, you're able to get out and run a little bit, but I think. If I had to guess, something you talked about with the team in the locker room before you came out here and joined us was turnovers.
Turnovers, yes. 3 things. Defense. First half we weren't finding our guy. We were lost, and our effort defensively was not good. You can't do that. And then rebounding was, first half we gave up a ton of offensive rebounds. We were just getting out hustled, and then we had a lot of careless turnovers. And then second half, we defended better, we rebounded better, and we took better care of the ball. And if you do that, gives yourself a lot better chance to be successful.
Yeah, good contributions from everybody tonight. Senior night's always kind of emotional, and your seniors played well tonight. Another big game from Ty. I thought Luke played really well. And, you have to be happy with that balance. And we saw in the fourth quarter, Brecker Knapp got some time. I understand he got some time in the JV as well. And so, as you come down the stretch here, you've got several weapons at your disposal.
Yeah, I'm happy for these seniors. Great senior night, great second half. Most important thing of the night was, we clinched the top seed for the district tournament, where we'll be able to play here at home, which is a huge advantage for us. And anytime we play at home, we love it here, the support we get. So that was big. And then, like you said, great contributions from everyone out there. And you go right down the list. Each one of them did some great things. Cole Harris, he plays so hard defensively. I thought he really gave us a boost that second half when we made our run. And but just a great team effort.
We sing the praises of Ty Hyde so much, and they're well deserved, and the superlatives just go on and on. But he's had double-digit games in all but 2 games this year, and tonight was his 6th game over 20 points overall on the season. He just continues to just do everything for you.
Yeah, and he's consistent, and he's the the one guy that we have that no one else has. We have a dominant big, and that's why it's so important that we involve him and get him going, because when you get him going, then they have to start double and triple teaming him, and that's going to open it up for others. So, and Ty's been consistent, all his years here, and he's big. He's our difference maker.
He had Betcher so flustered inside that if he'd end up, throwing the ball completely over the rim on a 2 or 3 foot shot.
Yeah, and I don't know how many blocks he had, but he had quite a few of those tonight. Also on both ends, just his size. When he wants to be, he can be really good down there.
Yeah, we talked about developing depth as you come down the stretch here. And of course, guys just inevitably get a little nicked up or banged up as you come down the stretch here. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the depth you have this year. Do you feel like you have more depth this year than maybe last year? And how do you see those pieces coming together as you come down the stretch here?
Yeah, that's a great point. A lot of years last year, a lot of games we played 6 guys, and state tournament, when you have to do that 3 days in a row, you get worn out and you get fatigued. So, no, this year, really, we got 9-10 guys who can come in and play and who've got some varsity experience, and each game changes. Like tonight, Garrett gets 2 quick fouls, and it's great to go down to the bench there, and Cooper's getting more comfortable each week, and you bring Coop in who can shoot the ball, and then Rhett comes in, you got a 6'5" lengthy guy who can come in and give us some minutes, and Gabe, who's shot a high percentage all year. So we just have a lot more weapons, and it's tough for teams to key on 1 or 2 guys when you have 8 or 9 guys who can contribute.
You clinched the number 1 seed now in the conference tournament. You like where you sit now with the way the team's producing? Another 70-plus point game here tonight as you get ready for the 2 final home games and then head into the conference tournament.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing we can really do is the last couple games we still haven't shot a high percentage, but you look up and you're 76, 78, whatever by the end of the game. So it's great that we have that many weapons, and we like where we're at. The one thing is still defense and rebounding. You get into the postseason where you've played teams 2 or 3 times, they know what you want to do.
Exactly.
You've got to be able to defend, get stops, and all year, I don't know if we've been out-rebounded this year. It's a stat that we take a lot of pride in. But tonight we gave up 14 offensive rebounds, and that's 14 more chances you're giving a team to score, and a lot of those were just getting out-hustled, getting out-worked, and those things we got to clean up for sure. And then those turnovers, they kill you, and especially the unforced ones where there's no need to turn the ball over.
Yeah, they predicted a lot of our run-outs tonight and stepped in and intercepted those long cross-court passes. But so you have a week or so off now. Game plan for that time off, looking ahead?
Yeah, a couple of them are a little nicked up, but we'll rest up a little bit. And then Wednesday we're at Burley, and then Friday at Pokey. So you get, the 3rd and 4th place team in the conference. You got to go on the road, and that'll be a couple of good tests for us to keep us sharp going into the district tournament that following week.
Yep. As always, we appreciate you coming out and spending a few minutes with us, and congratulations as you improve to 18-1.
All right, thank you, and appreciate all you guys do for us.
That's Coach Tyler Jones with us here on the post-game show. And Lyle, before we get out of here, let's get a final thought from you tonight.
Yeah, I was hopeful the Indians would pull out a win. Frankly, a little surprised at the margin of victory, especially given how the game started. Pleasantly surprised, I should say. And, this Indian team has just proved time and time again, somebody's going to have to score a lot of points to beat this Indian team.
Right.
And, we saw Middleton come in and take us out on our own floor. They played us really well defensively. A game, that we didn't play super well in, but give credit to them. They're the number one team in the state right now for a reason. But you like where we're at, and you like the fact that guys are healthy, and guys that haven't been healthy are now coming back into the mix. And so you feel like some momentum's building as you head towards district tournament time.
Well, we thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you coming up. And speaking of district tournament, in tournament time when it comes up here in a couple of weeks.
I can't wait. Good to be with you tonight.
Good. Thanks. That's Lyle Fuller with us here on the broadcast tonight. Our next game for the Indians comes up next Wednesday night. You heard the coach talk about it, as we'll be at Burley to take on the Bobcats. That's a 7:15 start. We'll be with you at 7:15. That'll follow the Coach Craig Smith show that night. The tip-off at 7:30. Our next broadcast is tomorrow, as the Lady Indians open conference play as the number 2 seed, as they'll face and host the Mountain Home Tigers coming up. Special start time tomorrow, 6 o'clock tip-off here at Preston Gym. Our coverage starts with the pregame show at 5:45 tomorrow here on KACH. That'll wrap up our broadcast for tonight. The executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Special thanks again to the basketball managers for helping us with the camera tonight as well. We thank you for listening. For Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard. As we remind you the final score as Preston improves their record overall on the year. They are now 18-1, 11-0 in conference as they beat Minico tonight by the final score of 78-51. Until next time, we wish you a very pleasant good night from here at Preston Gym.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.